What's going on, guys? Decoration Dude here, and today we got another one of Zach's animatronics we're making a video on. This is his brain monster, and you guys do not know this, but I have a brain monster as well. But my brain monster it's been a mess. It has a whole story behind it, just as this one does, and I'm gonna let Zach explain, everything that has happened with this one, but there will be a video on my brain's monster at some point soon. Probably within the next month, I would say, but I'm gonna let Zach go ahead and take it away with this one.
So I got this brain monster during this year, right around the end of Halloween. I drove like an hour to pick it up, and it was sitting in somebody's shed, and the guy was talking about how squirrels got into like his animatronics and stuff like that. And as I was picking up, I was like, okay, there's probably a whole bunch of issues wrong with this, but it's a nice project to work on. The only thing that was working on it at the time was the blinking. So basically everything that was wrong with it that I had to fix was there was a missing belt on his arm movement, which is basically an Edwardian butler or a regular butler breathing mech turned sideways. The belt was missing, there was a split gear in there, and getting in there is a huge pain. If you've ever gone into this guy, you know just how difficult it is. I repaired that. I repaired the mouth. There was a split gear on the mouth. The mouth was cracked and the wires were cut to the mouth just from a whole bunch of use. He sawed his own wires off from the head moving. He sawed the mouth movement and the eye movement. The blinking movement was the only thing that was working on it, and I got stuck on the head movement. I was talking to somebody on Instagram that had one, and basically he told me, you're kind of like screwed on it. There's a lot of like problems with that specific thing, the head movement, on a lot of brain monsters just not working. And I was testing the power on it, and it was getting power, but I don't think it was getting enough to get starting power. So I got it basically completely working besides the lights and the head turning. And that's basically where he sat until after Halloween, where me and Derek started to get back on these guys and try to do some digging around on the board. And there was a couple of people in a forum on HalloweenForum.com that was talking about this, and the person who started it was Scare Tactics. And if you don't know who Scare Tactics is, he's awesome. I love Scare Tactics. I was always watching his videos, and he's definitely like one of the most talented people when it comes to like figuring these things out. He actually figured out what head motors to use based on like an algorithm for the teeth. So teeth inside the mechs. So he's definitely well experienced, and he kind of walked me through the process on diagnosing it and fixing the problems. There's basically the head and lights are connected on the board, and there's a whole bunch of transistors on there, and the main ones on there are D882s and B's 217s, I believe, and then there's also like C945s. Those are the ones that mainly go bad on this guy. I went through, took some of the transistors off, tested them to see if they were shorted, and sure enough they were, and went through and fixed them. And yeah, he's basically fully working. The only other thing that I did to him was I switched the wiring from his headlights and his heart lights, because from factory those are not wired correctly. The programming is like basically switched on them. So yeah, I definitely would not have had, or I definitely would have had a lot more trouble and could have definitely screwed up my board if it wasn't thanks to Scare Tactics. So yeah, you can go ahead and turn them on.
All right, we'll go through his activations.
like that, go hurt you like unless. My brain hurts. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrodes. Yeah! They did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included the Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. They did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They did the monster mash. Who you are? Why you here? Come, may look at you. Come closer.
And if you guys notice that his eyes are kind of goofing up a little bit, it's because he's missing a little plastic piece that goes on the back of the shaft. I mean, that's no big deal. We could probably 3D print one of those, but I mean, the eyes still work, so. Is there more phrases? Or is
Yeah.
that? Okay.
What happened to me? Can't remember. Drill, saw, head, no! No, not again! Treat, you bring sweet treat for I. What more treat? No!
You can skip that one.
Why you look at me like that? Go hurt you like unless.
Yeah, that's all of his phrases.
I mean, this guy has a lot of phrases. I never really realized how much he had because I haven't really been able to mess around with mine a lot. But I mean, as far as Jimmy goes, I mean, that's a good amount.
Yeah. You can see he has little cracks on his face, which is the same as the Edwardian Butler. Just some like similar design things. Some common knowledge about him. 06 and 07, he was sold at Walmart, Garden Ridge, and Buy Costumes. This is the deluxe version of the Party Monster. I feel like a lot of people know that. And his hands, a lot of people don't know this, but his hands are actually live casts. Like if you rub your nails over it, you can hear like the fingerprints on it. It's that detailed.
And so, yeah, there he is, Brain Monster. This is definitely one of those iconic Jimmy pieces. It's it's very unique, and I guess, I mean, that's why it's called Brain Monster. I guess it was kind of a spin on Frankenstein, but, you know,
licensing. And
yeah, it's not, you know, it's just some type of monster, and that's where it got its name Brain Monsters, because it looks like it's got two brains, but it's really supposed to be his heart.
yeah, and some Gemmy lore about their Halloween animatronics. He's supposed to be the creation of Dr. Carl Shivers. So, yeah. I guess he's a part of the Dr. Shivers line. I mean, you could consider it with all like the labs and all like the little jars and everything. I guess you could group him in there, same with the spirit balls.
Yeah, him and Dr. Shivers would definitely fit perfectly in the same scene. But yeah, he's a very, very cool piece, and like I said, I should have video on mine sometime soon, hopefully. But do you have anything else to say about it, Zach?
Definitely. If you haven't checked out Scare Tactics channel, go ahead and check him out. He's definitely, I don't know if he's making any more repair videos, but he definitely has some. He's made like one custom piece, and he does really good demos. And I actually used his demo when talking to the seller to show all the stuff that worked on it, because there's a lot of these that to find like a fully working one is kind of rare. So
I think he still does like community posts or something.
yeah, he does like community posts about just kind of common topics in the Halloween community, like new props versus old props, and definitely check out his posts on the Halloween forum.
Yeah, so show him some support. He was definitely a big part in getting this guy fully working, and it definitely would have taken us so much longer to figure this guy out. But yeah, very cool piece, like I said before, and I think we're gonna go ahead and conclude the video here, and thanks for watching.